So I've been seeing some pretty amusing stuff lately from PlayStation partisans in my recent videos comment sections. And when people just become like really bitter zealots over any game platform, they always make themselves look really silly. In this case, in context, I happen to be talking about some of like, the PlayStation Crusaders, but I've seen Nintendo people do this on my own videos, in fact, sometimes, and I've seen Xbox people do this, and it's just really silly either way. But because the thing is, when they generally like just stop caring about facts and just start making stuff up to support how they feel. And like for instance, I've seen some guy on one of my videos is like, oh, talking to about me. It's like, oh, he's only dissing PlayStation 4, or he's only talking trash about PlayStation 4 because he's mad that Wii U isn't selling as well as it should be. And I'm like, really, where do you get the impression that I'm mad? Because I'm not. I haven't said anything negative about PlayStation 4. I've said a lot about PlayStation 4. I have not said anything negative about it. I don't know. It seems like when people see that like I like Nintendo, they just like get so threatened or they're just so eager to be offended and so eager to go on the offensive that they just they're just going around chasing windmills, responding to threats or challenges that I've never made. I've not. So, and the thing is, what exactly are they? I mean, I have no reason to be mad about anything video game related, let alone either the PlayStation 4 reveal or any details about PlayStation 4 or the sales of Wii U. I'm not mad or upset about either of those. And I don't know. And the thing that really gets me, especially in the context of these mostly PlayStation, I guess so far right now because PlayStation 4 has actually been revealed, but I've seen Xbox and PlayStation people going off and talking trash about Wii U, and I've seen all these videos like, oh, like PlayStation 4 dumps all over Wii U because the graphics are so much better, the specs are so much better, whatever. And I just have to sit here and think like, and I've been hearing this of course since they first revealed Wii U. I mean, it's always been a given that Wii U is not going to be the most powerful system of this eighth generation. So, uh, that's not that you haven't proved anything. You've just sort of proved something that was really obvious from the beginning, unless you had completely unrealistic expectations. And B, it's like when I see people saying like, oh, like PlayStation 4 is awesome and Wii U sucks because the specs aren't good enough or the graphics suck or whatever, and I'm like, so you're going around crusading for PlayStation 4 on the basis that Wii U sucks, or on the basis that PlayStation 4 so outclasses Wii U that Wii U isn't valid competition in comparison. I mean, that's just selling PlayStation 4 short. I mean, if you're like into PlayStation 4 and you believe in that vision for the eighth generation over Nintendo's, and then I don't understand the point of going around saying that my system's awesome in comparison to another system which I say totally sucks to the point where it's not even a valid comparison. It's not even valid competition because Wii U is just so pathetic. And I'm going to use that fact to try to boost up PlayStation 4. I don't see how that makes any sense. It's like, are people just like so like insecure or over PlayStation 4 that they just have to go around saying that PlayStation 4 is awesome because the competition just totally sucks to the point where it's not even valid competition. And additionally, when I see, I mean, I've seen some people like getting upset at me because I said about the graphics comparison I made. Like when I quoted a Sony Computer Entertainment Europe executive, vice president, I believe, who said that back in 2011 that PlayStation 4 is not going to have a whole lot better graphics than what PlayStation 3 offered. We're focusing on a more accessible experience and really just broadening the game horizon rather than just like trying to have like Jesus like graphics. And I quote that, and what, PlayStation people are upset because of that, because it basically turned out to be true. As I mean, uh, I've seen people, and I said the graphics would be similar. Like people have taken offense to that. People have taken that as me saying, "Oh, he's dissing PlayStation 4 because he said the graphics are going to be similar in any way whatsoever, comparable to Wii U." And I'm like, well, here's what I mean when I say similar. I mean similar in the sense, and like how the Super Nintendo had similar but obviously inferior graphics to the Game Boy Advance. How the PlayStation 2 had inferior but obviously there were similar graphics to the original Xbox. You know, I don't know what people think I mean by that, but it's like I'm really not worried about people who want to diss Wii U because it's not going to be the most powerful system this generation. Because you turn the clocks back a decade, back in the sixth generation, all the PlayStation people who today would be saying like, oh, Wii U, PlayStation 4 dumps all over Wii U because PlayStation 4 has better graphics and higher specs. A decade ago, in the sixth generation, these same people, the same group of people, would have been saying PlayStation 2, it may not be the most powerful system, but it's all about the games, it's all about the game selection, it's all about the game experience. It's what you feel when you're behind the controller, and so having the best graphics doesn't matter, and so because we have the best library. That's exactly what those people would have been saying, and now they're saying, oh, our system's better just because the specs are better, and Wii U sucks because the specs are worse. Whereas a decade ago, they would have been saying the opposite in support of PlayStation 2, which was, in fact, the least powerful long-running system of that generation. Not counting the Dreamcast, which didn't last very long. Because the thing that gets me is the people that are, rooting for the PlayStation 4 and just being really irrational about it, talking about, oh, the graphics are so much better than Wii U that it's automatically a better system. Like, the thing is, the PlayStation people aren't even pitching PlayStation 4 in that way. And based on the live gameplay, what was shown that was actually running on stage at the PlayStation 4 reveal, there was nothing of what they showed that outclassed, Wii U's visuals that we've seen to this point, to this, and in the same sense that the PlayStation 3 outclassed the original Wii, because that's what a lot of people were saying was going to be the case. That's not what I've seen so far, based on the actual gameplay that we saw at the PlayStation 4 reveal. I mean, just graphics alone, Knack looks like it could easily have run on Wii U or on PlayStation 3. Graphics alone, the first game they show for PlayStation 4 does not at all blow away the what we've seen of the HD 7 gen consoles or of Wii U. And I think I've said about enough for now, and thank you very much for watching.